Hi, Father.
How are you?
Good. How are
Hi,
you?
nice to meet you. How
Pleasure
are you?
meeting you.
Okay, okay, good. So we are going to start now. I'll start real quick in Portuguese, Father, as I was telling Joanna. And some people are joining. Some of them will join, we watch later. We record the event and they watch later. Some are watching live. Ok? Pessoal, muito bom dia a todos. Olá, espero que vocês estejam me vendo bem, me ouvindo bem. Estamos aqui hoje com uma das nossas escolas, localizadas no estado de Nova York. É uma escola muito bem localizada, é uma escola que oferece várias modalidades aí de duração de programa, né? Então, a gente tem o programa de longa duração, com semestre e ano letivo, e agora também com o termo letivo, que é uma super novidade aí para vocês. E nós temos também o programa do High School Experience de curta duração, em janeiro, com a duração aí de 4, 8 ou 12 semanas. Então, hoje estamos aqui com a Joanna e também com o padre da escola, que vai falar um pouquinho mais para vocês sobre essa opção aí, tá bom? Bem bacana. Thank you so much, Joanna and Father, for being here today. Can you please introduce yourselves before the video?
Sure. So, my name is Joanna Kalantra. I am the International Student Coordinator here at the school. So my job with the international students is to work with them from the very first step, which is the interview process, the admissions process. And my job is to make sure that I support them in their time here. So I am the go-to person within the school building for any questions, problems that they have. I am their support. And Father?
My name is Father Mark Valancourt. I'm the president of our school. I have been the head of the school for over 17 years, overseeing our national international program for about 13 years. We consider it a very vibrant, important dimension of our school experience. We're very proud of our international students who have come through our school and achieved a diploma and gone on to study at the college level. We are a college preparatory school, and we take great pride in our college admissions and where our graduates go upon leaving our school. We have an excellent culture, one that has a very strong academic platform, but also an environment that is very inclusive, very open and accepting. And I think that the history of our international program testifies to that. So we're very happy to entertain any questions and to speak about our school to those who would be interested, especially those who are coming to us from the international network.
Thank you, Father. Thank you, Joanna. So before the presentation, a quick video from the school. Okay, Joanna, can you start the presentation?
Sure. We are John F. Kennedy Catholic High School. We are a Catholic 6 through 12 school in northern Westchester. So originally the school was founded in 1928. It was moved to the campus that you actually saw in that video, which is 64 acres in 1966. And since then, we have grown and we have become a stronger academic platform for our students. We are located about an hour away from New York. That includes major airports, which is LaGuardia, John F. Kennedy Airport, Newark. So that is something that's very close to New York City, to everything New York City has to offer. It's a really nice location. It's a safe location. It's suburban, as you saw. You have the beauty of the fall in that video captured. So it's wonderful just to kind of have students from different parts of the world experience the season, especially our fall students. The foliage of the fall of New York. Am I
Next slide.
able to? Okay, yeah,
You
next slide.
Yeah, drop me now and I'll pass the.
Am I okay. So a little bit of our school, we are a college preparatory school. The mission of the program is to prepare students for the next chapter of their life, which is college. One thing that the school definitely has are strong academics and college level classes. But I really think that there's something for everyone. Fine arts, athletic programs. So any incoming student from Brazil is able to get a better academic platform, be able to experience some of the things that the school has to offer with the fine arts department, with the sports. The school is also very strong with technology. So one of the things that we have to offer is any of our students will come in, when they enter our school, they are given an iPad. They are part of the 21st century learning system of smart TV technology, classrooms that are equipped with iPads, and the iPad actually will have everything that the student will need loaded onto it. So they take their notes on it, they communicate with their teachers on it, they're able to test on it. I think it's a great tool for international students. Sometimes with the language barrier, it's very easy to translate things. So if a teacher is communicating something and they need support, that is something that usually is great for them to be able to have. So we'll move on to the next slide. So a little bit further about the iPad, as I mentioned, it's included for any of the students, international as well as domestic students. Textbooks are loaded on it. It is something that is managed by the school. So I know there's obvious concerns about how much screen time or what students might be doing on devices. It is something that gets completely managed by the school. We have full control over the device. So we load what is needed, what is going to help the student succeed. But it also functions as the only thing that the student will need. So their textbooks are loaded there, they take their notes, they could submit work on it. And that's something that we really see as an advantage. I know in the United States, SATs, AP exams have completely become digital. So having students work on that, I know I have my own nieces and nephews that come from schools that don't have complete online platforms or technology platforms. They didn't feel as comfortable with taking AP exams on a iPad device. So that's something that definitely has advantages for our students. The learning system that they use, Canvas, is something that a lot of American universities and colleges will use. So again, it makes them all that much more prepared for the future. So again, as I mentioned, the mission of the school is to prepare students for the next chapter of their life, which is going to be college or university program. One great thing about our students is that they always end up leaving with merit-based scholarships. They do get admitted to some of the best universities and schools within the country, and that ranges. But last year, they were awarded $34 million in merit-based scholarship. That does not include sports-based scholarship that is based on just academic performance and academic qualifications of our student body. So we're very proud of them. The next slide. This is essentially an outline of what the school offers. We have an understanding that oftentimes our students need to be prepared for the next chapter of their life, which is college, university, but we do offer college credit classes within the school building. So there's 51 college credits that get offered at Kennedy Catholic. That is when the student is actually here taking the courses in the US in our school. And they range, they will be history classes, they may be math classes, science courses. And what that means is those 51 credits are transferable to universities or colleges where that student will decide to enroll. They're offered through 4 different schools: SUNY Albany, St. John's University, Iona University, and Pace University. Pace University is wonderful because it also offers us a Lubin School of Business. We have a full business course and a business school program that is made available to students in our building during school time, which is awesome. So as I mentioned, this is a wonderful opportunity for students that are interested in business, or even students that might be potentially looking at dual or double majoring with business and something else. We offer 4 courses. So beginning with junior year, they are introduced to Business 101, business management, business law. The classes are again taught at Kennedy. The professor comes to our campus and will be teaching those courses throughout the semester. And then if the student likes the course and they would like to continue with the program, they have the opportunity to continue with the courses following semester onto senior year, which is great because if, again, you're enrolling in a business program, it looks great on a college application, but it also gives you the advantage of kind of being able to omit some of these courses, move on to the more difficult courses, or get some additional courses in, which is great. To kind of parallel some of the courses with the PACE program, the students do get a real life opportunity to implement or find relevance in those courses. So the Management 150 course allows them to kind of understand what is taking place on the stock market. They're able to continue with investment and compliance, usually senior year. Sometimes our international students do have the ability to kind of sometimes take these courses earlier based on flexibility of schedules. But again, this really is a wonderful opportunity for someone going into business, maybe majoring in business and economics, to leave with 4 courses already completed. And it helps that they're taught by business professors. So one of the things about Kennedy that we have here that is wonderful is we are part of the AP and pre-AP program. So our courses that we offer students begin with the pre-AP level courses, and over a course of time, they will build to become AP level courses. This is wonderful for students. They have a national ranking. So it's something that is a platform that is not just for New York State. It's not for Westchester County or the city that we're living on. They're going to be able to highlight their strengths with students from all across the United States or anyone taking the AP level courses. We really offer so many different courses. It really ranges from freshman year AP Biology, sophomore year AP Modern History. By 11th and 12th grade, those courses only become more diverse and vast. So they range from US history, politics, macroeconomics, AP psychology, AP physics, AP chemistry, AP environmental, AP computer science, AP literature, AP Spanish, AP Chinese. We have so many different courses across so many different disciplines. And again, it's wonderful if a student performs well in the course, which they do, to be able to leave Kennedy with getting credit for those courses. And when you get into university or college, with the dual enrollment courses, be able to be ahead of your peers. So oftentimes I have wonderful conversations with students that come back and they end up graduating early because of what Kennedy has offered them. They are able to get accepted into more competitive programs because they have something extra on a application that someone in a different school may not. So these are wonderful embellishments to the admissions process. I think for the student itself, they challenge them. I think students want to be challenged in our school and will take opportunities to be challenged. It's a rigorous program. It's a rewarding program. I think many of our students really find value and the benefits of the AP classes that are taught here. So I mentioned the fact that typically students will start off as pre-AP, okay? And the pre-AP is really something that gets introduced to them in 9th grade. So they will learn how to think, how to study, how to be able to do work in preparation for AP courses. It gives them the opportunity to kind of get sort of training for an AP level course. So when they are going to be going into more of those courses, 11th and 12th grade, they have the skill set, they have the background knowledge, so they're not kind of getting thrown into it. Some other schools will kind of just place students in AP courses and it becomes a sink or swim type of situation. Whereas many of our students will have taken pre-AP courses for their first 2 years. So by the time they get to that course, 11th and 12th grade, they're comfortable and they kind of see the overlap that is present in so many different courses. So it's kind of like a backwards design type of model in which like we know what's going to go at what's happening ahead. So we're going to make sure that we prepare them to get to that point.
Thank you, Joanna. I'll do a quick summary in Portuguese before we
Sure.
move on, if that's okay. Pessoal, bom, vamos fazer um resuminho, né, como sempre em português, rapidinho para vocês, para vocês viram um pouquinho mais sobre a escola. Um ponto bem importante dessa escola, primeiro, né, é a localização. Né? Eles estão localizados em Somers, no estado de Nova York, mais ou menos 1 hora da cidade de Nova York. Então, é uma localização muito privilegiada, porque eles estão muito pertinho ali, né, de Manhattan, mas num local seguro, né, porque ali é uma região eles chamam de subúrbios, né? Uma região residencial. Então, o estudante tem aí um pouquinho dos dois mundos, né? Ele tem ali essa vivência, né, num subúrbio americano, numa localização residencial e bastante segura, estando bem pertinho de Nova York, né, da cidade de Nova York. Então, a opção ali de lazer para esse aluno não falta, né? É uma escola preparatória, né, como todas as nossas escolas, e até puxando um gancho, né, sobre essa questão preparatória, como vocês viram, né, uma escola que tem um foco acadêmico bem legal, eles têm muitas opções de matérias, inclusive desde essa Pre-AP que a Joana estava explicando exatamente agora, que é algo bem diferenciado, né? Então, a Pre-AP aí é para alunos mais novinhos, com foco mais preparatório, de um treinamento para a AP em si, né? Então, quem já teve aluno aí fazendo AP sabe que a AP, né, a Advanced Placement, é uma matéria desafiadora, é uma matéria complexa, e às vezes o nosso aluno não está preparado ainda para fazer uma AP. Então, ter essa possibilidade de fazer uma Pre-AP é muito bacana, né? E eles têm aí 51 matérias que oferecem créditos universitários, então realmente é uma escola com foco bem legal nessa preparação universitária, além do programa que ela estava mencionando através da Pace University, né, que é o programa de business. Então é um programa bem diferenciado também. Business é uma área bastante procurada, e ter aí, né, essa integração com a Pace University, estudando com professores da própria universidade, é muito bacana, né? E é uma escola bastante tecnológica, ela falou um pouquinho sobre isso, então, além de ter as Smart TVs em todas, né, as salas de aula, eles têm o programa de iPad também, então, todos os alunos recebem um iPad que é, obviamente, destinado a estudo, né? Ela até comentou isso, então, ele é um iPad controlado, mas tudo, né, toda a parte de lição, de trabalhos, de projetos, de provas acontece de forma tecnológica e através desse iPad, né? Então, é uma escola aí que também foca bastante nisso. Joanna, you can hold on, please.
Sure.
Yeah.
So another strength of the school is the STEM program. So right now, this is obviously very important for so many different majors on a college level. And it opens up a doorway to so many different career paths. We do have a very strong math and science program. So many of the courses will fill in so many different concepts. We do parallel those with courses like computer science. And again, that introduction to having every student take a chemistry course, the introduction of physics for every student is something that becomes so important. Challenging them mathematically also opens up so many doorways. So when we look at the success of this, how does it actually carry over to wherever students go to college and what they major in college and what types of jobs they take on? As you see, many students go into medicine, engineering, architectural, aerospace, computer programming, robotics, math. I still keep in touch with one of our students. She's in St. Kitts right now. She's studying to be a veterinarian. I have another student that works on a ship. We have students in the U.S. Army, U.S. Navy. We have a student currently studying in our aerospace program. So they do find the advantage. They do come in with a certain level of advantage compared to other students. And I really think that we do what we aim to prepare them for college, prepare them for successful career paths in the future. And one thing I forgot to mention is we do, and we'll get to it, we do have a very successful robotics competition team. So they actually just came back from nationals in Texas. So it was really great to have one of our teams for another year be able to compete on that level. But here you have our science courses, what we offer. So you see the list is very vast. We have pre-AP Bio, pre-AP Biology Honors, AP Bio, pre-AP Chem, pre-AP Chem Honors. So we do track students in two different ways. We have an honors program and a regular program. So if you're seeing some differences in terms of how the courses are cited here, that's because of that. AP Chemistry, Computer Science, Earth Science, Environmental, Physics, 3 different levels of physics, and 3D computer modeling. So again, if there's a student that's interested in a particular science, taking some of the other adjacent courses with it kind of opens up so many different pathways and areas of interest that they might want to explore. In terms of math courses, obviously anyone going into an engineering program or any other program for that matter, whether it's going to be business, does need to have a strong background in mathematics. We start with algebra, algebra 2, geometry. We offer pre-calc, college algebra, AP calculus, AP statistics are our courses, and then we do offer a full year PSAT course for our sophomore students to prepare them for the actual SAT. So we really also have a strong mathematics program here. Next slide. So athletics are also very big at Kennedy. Most of our students will play a sport. We have 52 different teams. So it ranges by season. In the United States, we have 3 different seasons. So it's fall, it's winter, and it's spring. So fall sports for boys is soccer or football. It's American football as well. It's track. I believe, have a fall baseball team. For girls, it's also soccer, it's track, it's tennis. We do have other teams as well. So depending on, I guess, when the student is coming, those are the teams would be volleyball for girls. Volleyball is a very strong program. We have lacrosse, we have softball, we have a golf team as well. But all in all, we have 52 different sports. They compete in the Catholic High School Association. And today we actually have a signing for spring students. Many of our students will go on a college level and continue to play their sports. Many of them get awarded sports scholarships and are really looked by really good schools to be able to continue to play for them. So arts at Kennedy, we have chorus, we have string ensemble, we have band, we have art. Again, throughout that time, students do develop their passion, their talent. We have 2 concerts. There's a musical that gets performed, but many of our students will go ahead and compete in state competitions. So we have an international student that competed in a piano competition just last month. She earned a perfect score. There's students that submit their art to local museums and competitions. We have another international student that was actually the cover of the Katona Art Museum. So there's so many different things that they could do with that passion. If that's something that they choose to explore within the future. So things like design or architecture, we work with students to be able to develop those talents and help them get to where they would like to further them. So in addition to the strong academic program, I know for a student from Brazil, they might want to kind of see what else do we have to offer outside of the classroom, outside of strong academics and sports. We have so many different fun things that we do throughout the time here. So field day is something that we offer in the fall. it's this day where the whole entire school just goes outside and we play games. We compete with each other. There's usually that same weekend we have homecoming, which is the classic American high school event that everyone attends. So it's a football game, American football game. There's a dance, but usually that whole entire week in the fall, it's filled with festivities, theme days that are really fun. So we have things like games. So you see in the picture, Are You Smarter Than a Gale, where teachers and students compete with each other. With the international students, we do field trips. And then we also do other things. So we start with orientation in the fall. We allow them to have a day just to themselves. We do have Brazilian speaking students or Portuguese speaking students that are able to help with that. I teach Isabella. She's unable to be with us today, but we do have people who could help them get situated in their new school. But within that time, we have things like a New York City bagel breakfast just to kind of make friends, kind of talk about how they're getting acclimated to the new school. We have a pizza party because pizza is very big in New York. It's the best in New York. But we also go apple picking. There, you see a picture. So in the fall, it's really nice. Some of them don't really get to see the foliage. We have beautiful change of seasons here in New York. We went out for, in our situation, Chinese New Year for lunch. So that was another outing that we did. But last year in the spring, we went hiking. We went to a Buddhist monastery. We went out for lunch and for ice cream. So there's opportunities to do fun things within the school day. And then we are actively looking at outings for the students that would be coming in for the semester. Again, we have so much to offer in the area that we live in, ranging from malls, some of the best malls, to skiing, ice skating, hiking. We're close enough to New York City that that's a trip that's doable within a short period of time. There's other things like zoos that are fun to do, sporting theaters, so seeing a baseball game or a hockey game. It's really a nice area where there's so many different things to do, trampoline parks, so many different wonderful fun things. Um, so in addition to that, there are other travel opportunities. So international travel is offered every year. So these are some of the places that they visited. It is a spring trip. International students are able to partake in that if they're within their time frame of their study program. So if they're currently enrolled in Kennedy, they're able to do this. But they've done the British Isles, Barcelona, Paris, Northern Italy, Central Italy, and Greece. Were some of the most recent trips. They've gone to other places before that. And then seniors or 12th grade students in the spring also get a senior trip. So they get to go to Universal Studios, which is in Florida. They go there for about 4 days. It's something that gets chaperoned and organized by the school. So they get to go to the theme park. They get to go out to eat together. It's really a nice opportunity to spend some quality time before the seniors graduate. So student life beyond the classroom, beyond the arts, beyond the sports programs, beyond the trips and outings. This is a list of clubs, okay? So there's so many different things that they could get involved in, whether it's debate, playing games, fishing club. We actually have a lake right by our school, so they could just literally walk and fish. A Lego club, math club, ping pong club, ski club, veterinary club weight room if they just want to go out and exercise together, lift weights. It ranges. This list changes based on student needs and interest every single year. So these are just some pictures. One really nice addition that we've made is the fencing club. The fencing club is something that gets instructed by a Olympic fencer. So he has a lot of experience. But these are just some of the fun pictures that we have had over the years that enhance student life here.
Okay, I think that's the last slide. Thank you, Joanna. I'll do
Sure.
the summary in Portuguese, and we have some questions.
Sure.
So let me do the summary first. Bom, pessoal, a gente viu aí um pouquinho mais, né, sobre toda essa parte acadêmica da escola. Então, ela falou sobre o programa de STEM, né? Para quem não está familiarizado, o programa de STEM significa, né, ciências, tecnologia, engenharia e matemática. Então, é um programa dedicado a essas áreas. A gente tem tido cada vez mais procura, né, dessas áreas, inclusive a parte de robótica da escola é muito forte, ela mencionou que eles participaram de um campeonato. Então, mais uma vez, é uma escola bastante dedicada à parte acadêmica como um todo. Falando, né, além da questão acadêmica, a escola tem 52 esportes, né, então são várias as opções aí de esportes, sempre divididos por temporadas, mas vocês viram no vídeo inicial, o campus é bem grande, então a gente está falando de uma escola com um campus muito bem estruturado. E respondendo uma pergunta que a gente sempre recebe, né? O futebol acontece na temporada de outono aqui na escola, tá? Na região, na realidade, aqui, né? Toda essa região, o futebol acontece nessa temporada de outono. Em geral, é o esporte mais procurado, né? Mas vários outros esportes são ofertados, né? Nas outras temporadas. E a parte de arte da escola também é muito ampla, então eles oferecem banda, coral, teatro, design, tem ali a parte de musicais, concertos, né? Então, além da sala de aula, é muito importante também para a escola. Falando de uma parte aí um pouco mais social, né? Então, temos os eventos que a escola prepara, né? O Homecoming, ela deu esse exemplo, os bailes, né, também são muito populares, então a escola tem toda essa parte também social, e passeios para os nossos alunos internacionais. Ela falou aí vários, né, que vocês puderam ouvir. Então, é uma região que não falta opção de atividade. Então, eles têm ali dentro da escola o departamento responsável pelos alunos internacionais, que promove, né, essas atividades para os estudantes, além da viagem de primavera, né? Então, durante o break, né, de primavera, eles chamam de Easter break, na realidade, né, que é de Páscoa, eles têm sempre uma viagem, a gente viu alguns exemplos, né, Grécia, Barcelona, então eles têm diferentes viagens a cada ano, e os nossos alunos podem participar. É opcional, tem um custo extra, mas o aluno que quiser participar, ele pode. Aquele aluno que não quiser participar, durante o break, ele fica na casa de família, tá? Porque é uma escola que oferece acomodação em casa de família, então não é obrigatório, mas é bem bacana, né, se o aluno quiser participar. E para finalizar, aí a gente viu uma variedade enorme de clubes que a escola oferece, inclusive o clube de esqui, né? Então a gente tem bastante procura aí, principalmente para os alunos que fazem o programa em janeiro, ou até mesmo o programa do High School Experience, programa mais curtinho. Então é uma escola que oferece também o esqui, a localização também proporciona. Tá? Pessoal, se vocês tiverem mais alguma dúvida, coloquem ali no PIR, tá? Que está aberto a vocês. E eu já vou começar a perguntar aqui para ela algumas coisinhas que a gente já recebeu. So, Joanna, we have a question about the PACE program. Is there any extra costs to participate?
So there is a small cost that participates. That money goes to PACE. So it's not something that gets included in the tuition that gets paid directly to PACE. And again, the advantage of the PACE program is when the student completes the course, PACE University actually releases a transcript that they took the course through PACE. So it's not a high school class. It's not, high school credits. It's actual college credits.
Okay, and is it available for year students only or semester students also?
So semester students, they would have to be able to sit in for the final portion of the course. So, it starts in September, it would end in January. So we could possibly, based on student interest, if the student wanted to kind of stick around just to make sure they could get the credits, we could work out a timeline that would be feasible to that.
Ok, sounds good. Pessoal, então a gente recebeu uma perguntinha sobre o programa, o PACE Program, né, que é através aí da PACE University, tem um custo adicional, tá bom? Se alguém tiver interesse, é só entrar em contato com a gente, que a gente pega todos os valores para vocês. Esse valor vai para a universidade, que é justamente para cobrir os custos deles, né? E esse é um programa que acontece, como ela mencionou, de setembro a janeiro. Então, é ideal para um programa para um aluno que vai fazer ano letivo, tá? Mas dependendo do estudante que for fazer o semestre, também tiver interesse, aí a gente avalia caso a caso, a depender do currículo do aluno, a gente consegue também fazer essa conferência com a escola, tá bom? Talking about uniforms, so for girls, can they wear pants or skirts only?
So for girls, it's skirts only. So what you're seeing in that picture, is the winter uniform. So it's the formal uniform. So it's navy tights. It's most of the kids wear Sperry's, which are like boat shoes, that are beige colored. The girls wear the skirt, white button-down shirt, and the sweater. However, in the early fall or spring, the only thing that gets swapped is the top. They are allowed to wear polos, that are navy, that are school uniform, and if they're cold, there's crew neck shirts that go along with that. For boys, it's khaki pants, the white button-down shirt, the tie, and the sweater. And again, in the spring or fall, it's the polo that comes along with it.
Okay,
And then
thank
by
you.
senior year, they actually get blazers, which is something that gets introduced within the first few weeks.
Ok, thank you. Pessoal, a gente recebeu uma pergunta sobre uniforme, né? Se as meninas podem usar calça ou somente saia. Ela respondeu que é somente saia. Essa foto, inclusive, dá pra gente ver, tá? Então, como que funciona o uniforme. Lembrando que o uniforme está incluso, né, nas nossas taxas. E para as meninas, né, que forem viajar no inverno, obviamente, né, vocês conseguem ver que elas estão aí com aquelas... segunda pele, né? Como é que chama? Legging, né? Então elas usam uma legging quentinha por baixo, né? Da saia, então ninguém vai passar frio, mas é obrigatório o uso de saia para as meninas, tá? Joanna, how often are the field trips offered to the international students?
So right now, we have Chinese international students. Usually we do about 3 to 4 outings. With the Brazilian students, obviously that's going to function as a different setup. So we are going to be doing at least one trip, a month. But we could certainly help organize and facilitate things like homecoming, because they would be semester students. So the timeline of that would go well with that. So like they would be here for field day. They are allowed to join a team. So American soccer is something that's a good possibility for them. So there's different things that we could go ahead and facilitate having them be a part of. So even if we had to go ahead and organize things like basketball after school, just to kind of have them something to do, we'll be able to do that. But we are going to be set up for at least doing one trip once a month.
Okay. Pessoal, a gente recebeu uma pergunta sobre a frequência, né, dos passeios que eles fazem para os alunos internacionais. Então, para os alunos de longa duração, uma vez por mês, isso é o padrão, né, das escolas que a gente trabalha. Então, uma vez por mês, a escola organiza um passeio maior, mas como ela mencionou, né, existem aí outros eventos através da escola, os próprios clubes ou esportes que trazem ali outras atividades com os amigos, com a família. Então, a própria escola está bem aberta a ajudar o aluno que quiser passear, né, nos outros finais de semana, mas através da escola sempre um passeio maior, tá? Lembrando que durante o programa do High School Experience em janeiro, durante o mês de janeiro, toda semana, todo final de semana, a escola vai organizar um passeio, tá? Então, janeiro é uma exceção, justamente porque nós temos os alunos de curta duração. Mas para os alunos de longa duração é uma vez por mês. Tá? And Joanna, our last question is about clubs. Is it mandatory for students to participate in one club?
No, it is not. It's encouraged. I think one of the things working with the international students that I've always felt was beneficial, the more they get involved, the more friends they'll make. I think the better the experience. I know sometimes at Rangers, there might be situations in which the student is here for academics. They just really want to get a feel for the American school system and really focus on their classes, which is fine. We encourage it, we don't mandate it. And again, if there's something that we could do to kind of help or enhance the experience of students, we're more than happy to do that.
Ok. Pessoal, a gente recebeu aí a última perguntinha sobre os clubs, né? Se é obrigatório ou não. Ela respondeu que não, não é obrigatório. Algumas escolas colocam como obrigatoriedade, não é o caso da escola, mas é muito encorajável, é aquilo que a gente sempre fala, né? O aluno que está envolvido na comunidade da escola, que participa dos esportes, das atividades, é um aluno mais facilmente adaptado. Então, a gente sempre vai encorajar que o aluno faça, assim, pelo menos um clube. E, inclusive, os alunos, tá, de High School Experience vão ficar só por um mês, tá? Então, é sempre bacana que eles façam. Inclusive, a escola tem uma variedade muito grande de clubes, então é super importante, né? E é uma maneira de fazer amigos americanos, né? Em geral, quem participa dos clubes e dos esportes são os estudantes americanos, então uma ótima maneira de fazer amigos nativos, né? Joanna, we don't have any other questions. Thank you so much for the presentation.
Thank you.
It was great to get to know more about St. Catholic. And thank you, Father Mark. I'm not sure if he's here. Thank you, Father. And yeah, that's all. Thank you. Have a
Awesome.
great
Thank you.
day.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much, everyone. Take care.
Thank you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.